11 years. He said it 11 years ago. What's he gonna do here? Okay. There's read a lot of books this past year, and occasionally I will go and look at a review. Usually after I've read a book, I'll check out the review, and then I just find out I must be from another planet. But there's a couple guys I go to for book reviews, and I kind of respect their opinion. And this one guy told me that, or did a video about this John Grisham book. He said it wasn't his best. It was this, it was that. It wasn't, Conley's better, all this kind of stuff. And so I just didn't read it when it came out. And it's John Grisham's latest book. This is John Grisham, Rogue Lawyer. This actually belongs to my dad. Okay, I would have waited and bought this when it was on sale or something. I won't pay more. If I pay more than $3 for a book, I'm usually pissed off. And this is actually, you buy these things brand new now, should have $28.95 for a book today. Jesus. But this book, it's not your typical. I haven't read all the Grisham books. The guy is a lawyer in this. He's a defense attorney for a lot of rough people and some good people. But it's well written and it's very entertaining. Some of the situations this guy gets into and how he deals with well, I'll put it this way, I don't want to give too much away because there's so many different things going on in this book. But if you want to read something different, definitely entertaining, it's a page turner. There's no lulls, or they're getting off onto some, page filling or whatever. But this is a quick read too. I went through this just really fast. I'll give it the thing here. It says, this is on the back of the book. Meet the Honorable Sebastian Rudd, attorney at law. His phone number is unlisted. He carries a gun. His office is a bulletproof van. His van is driven by his bodyguard, who is also his paralegal and only friend. He takes the cases no other lawyer will touch. And if you get into trouble, you definitely want this rogue lawyer in your corner. But I don't think the reviews were that great. And if you're not a John Grisham fan, that's okay. You'll get something out of this. Some entertaining stuff. Like I said, I want to say, because if I started on something, I'll give a lot of stuff away. But this was a great read. Okay, Rogue Lawyer, John Grisham. And if somebody doesn't read a lot of books, read this one. This will be very entertaining. This one I got at Salvation Army. I think I paid 30 cents for it. And it's about. Actually, it's not. It says it's about a guy and his dog or something. And this is when I picked this thing up at the store. I opened it up and it says, born mute, speaking only in sign, Edgar Sawtelle leads an idyllic life with his parents on their farm in remote northern Wisconsin. For generations, the Sawtelles have raised and trained a fictional breed of dog whose remarkable gift for companionship is epitomized by Almondine, Edgar's lifelong friend and ally. And so I'm like, okay, I'll check this out. This is probably like a silly Disney kind of. Oh, this is it, by the way. The story of Edgar Sawtelle. I'm thinking, okay, this is like a Disney thing, probably. A guy and his dog or something. But 30 cents, what the hell? I could burn it. Who cares? So I go and start reading it. It's not bad, but you're kind of okay. This is gonna be one of those uplifting kind of. This is about a guy, the character is going through a lot of difficulties or something, and he's a young man or a young boy, and he's gonna go through this troubled life and become a better man. Typical, stuff people write about. Well, this wasn't that. Because it gets to the middle, and then it kind of goes into a murder mystery kind of thing, and then it switches gears. It switches gears 2 or 3 times, in my opinion. And then I liked the way the book was written. It was entertaining up until the end. And the best review I found about the end, someone said the end was difficult. Because the book doesn't give closure. It doesn't go full circle. You want the payoff at the end. Something either good happens to the guy or something, this, that, whatever. and it just has a difficult ending. And I think when I first read it, and said I'll do a review on this, I was still kind of because I really liked the way it was written. But after I read this about a month ago, this book more pissed me off than anything else. Okay, I don't care how good it was written, but it was Oprah's Book Club. That should have been my first sign right there. I've read another. Every time I see this sticker now, I'm a little hesitant. I've seen interviews of the guy. Seemed like a nice guy. But this thing was all over the board. Looking back now, this book was all over the page. It just never kind of had to go in one direction, then go this way, go that way, and then have a miserable ending. And all the people that give it reviews, they'll say, this was a great book. It was this guy's first novel. This, that. Difficult ending. Well, if the ending's bad, the whole thing might as well suck. So I mean, would I read it again? No. It was well written. It was pretty good for a while. Like I said, miserable ending. Or just over my head. Maybe I'm not smart enough to pick up on the underlying theme this guy had going. But as human beings, we are wired for stories. You know, you have this event happens, you've got your hero, and he goes through these troubled times and conquers it, gets beaten up, but at the end, there's a payoff. Either something happens where it closes the story, it goes full circle, or at least there's a reward in the end. Okay, and we get bored of that. I mean, I'll give you a great example. Textbook novel right here. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny, but this is many novels based on their if you looked at it as a template, perfect example. He wins in the end. We like that. That's how we're wired as human beings. Okay, when you get a book like this, it kind of slaps you around at the end. You're like, what the hell did I read that for? But anyway, it didn't pay off. There's no payoff at the end. Just for whatever reason. Listen, it was a decently written book. Would I read it again? No. But this thing got all kinds of praise. Go figure. But this is probably more in the lines of where this would be literature. This is fiction entertainment. Big payoff at the end of this one. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents. You've got go read this one, Rogue Lord. This is a good book, John Grisham. It's his most recent one. Find it used somewhere. Yeah, you probably get it on Amazon for $3 or $4. Anyhow, love you. God bless. Looking for the payoff.